डॉक्टर भट्टी, गुड इवनिंग। अमन दिस साइड।
अमन क्या हालचाल? तेरा एडा बड़ा आकार है, ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ नहीं आ रहा फिट।
नहीं सर, यू
थोड़ी पगड़ी कटी जा रही है।
अच्छा अच्छा,
पीछे होना पड़ेगा थोड़ा ये।
राइट सर, राइट।
So I think we can start now. We are live on Facebook. So, and Dr. Bhatti is here, Mr. Surinder Baga is here. So we have people and the rest will join as and when they come. So shall we start?
I think we can start.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. I am Deepika Tuteja, founder, architect, INNO. I welcome you all to INNO Interacts. Today, we are going to talk about a new book titled Dr. S.S. Bhatti Biographical Conversations that has been launched recently. It has been authored by Sarbjeet Baga, a Chandigarh-based architect, and published by White Falcon Publishing, Chandigarh. We would like to welcome Dr. Bhatti and architect Surinder Baga. Architect Surinder Baga has written the book review. So Dr. Bhatti, as we all know, is a former principal of the Chandigarh College of Architecture and a very versatile professional. He holds 3 PhDs and MArch from the Queensland University, Australia. Apart from being an inspired academician and architect, Dr. Bhatti is a painter, sculptor, graphic designer, Urdu and English poet par excellence. He has authored more than 30 books on diverse fields. About architect Surinder Baga. Surinder Baga has established architectural organization Sakar Foundation in Chandigarh. His works are published in many journals and newspapers of repute. 2 of his churches were exhibited at the 5th Asian Congress of Architects held at Lahore in Pakistan. He's also a recipient of many awards. So I would like to invite Mr. Baga to tell us more about the book. Over to you, Mr. Baga.
Thank you, Deepika ma'am. Thank you so much. I think it's a wonderful initiative by you. When I got your message about this, I was totally surprised that this is a very big and beautiful idea to do an online program on Dr. Bhatti's book. First of all, I would like to acknowledge and appreciate the contribution made by different people for making this beautiful book. And the first one is my close friend Jahangir Khan. He is the former president of Arcasia, and he happened to be the past president of Pakistan Institute of Architects. And I happened to be with him in Pakistan for some days, and he's a wonderful human. And I requested him to write forward to the book of Bhatti Sahab, and he readily agreed. And he is probably the only person who got honorary membership of American Institute of Architects, Australian Institute of Architects, and RIBA. It's very rare that 3 prestigious memberships are given to him honorarily. And then the author, Sarbjeet Baga, happened to be my brother. And he got about 40 years of experience, and he worked with the Punjab government and authored more than 7 to 8 books on architecture, and his works are widely published and exhibited in India and abroad. The book is published by White Falcon Publishing House. It is a Chandigarh-based organization led by Navsangeet Kaur. And before I go further, I would like to appreciate Deepika ma'am, because I happened to meet Deepika ma'am twice after finishing from the college. Deepika ma'am is a very respected personality in the field of architecture. She closely works with many organizations to promote sustainability, to save the Mother Earth. She has organized many online and offline seminars and exhibitions, and I would rather call her an activist in the profession of architecture. And she has been honored for her good work in the field of sustainability. And one thing very interesting, ma'am, I noted today in a lighter vein. Kaushal Saab, when I was a student of architecture in CCA, ma'am was my senior and 2 years senior. And today I was reading her biodata and I found her 5 years junior to me. The same thing happened with Sir Kapil Dev. Now, Kapil Dev was my senior, when I was in CCA, he was in DAV college. After 10 years, I found that his age remains the same, but my age has gone upwards.
That's very interesting.
Anyway, that is in a lighter vein. Apart from that, we contacted many people who wish to contribute for the Dr. Bhatti's book. They included 18 professionals. I will name them quickly. One is Sharda Kaushik, Charanjit Shah, Apurva Bose, Jang Varman, Hardev Virk, and Dr. R. Kumar, Jatinder, Kulbir Kaur, Beena Garela ma'am, Kaushal Saab, Bikram Prakash, Inder Salwan, D.S. Kapoor, the former principal of Arts College, Raman Bhardwaj, and of course Deepika ma'am, and Aman Sohal. These 18 professionals, many of them are architects and reputed personalities in their own respective fields. They have contributed in making this book. And I would like to mention that after retirement, Dr. Bhatti has formed First Friday Forum in the year 1999. I happened to work with him on this forum for quite a long time, and we jointly organized many big national and international programs. And till date, Sir single-handedly managed to organize more than 250 programs and honored 19 professionals from a variety of fields like architecture, literature, and so on. I think this was very encouraging, and it has motivated a large number of noted people for their good work. Bhatti sir, I have noted one thing very interesting. This is especially for you, Bhatti sir. Sir, there are not more than, Kaushal sir, there are not more than 8 to 10 books on the works of Indian architects. On the works of Indian architects, I am saying.
Okay.
Not more than 8 to 10 books. We call them monographs. And there are not more than 8 books in the entire world which are dedicated to the biographies of the architects. And I would rather name the second part. There's one book on Philip Johnson, which is the biography of Philip Johnson. There's one biography available on Frank Gehry. Another one is on Louis Kahn. One is on Corbusier. One is on Sardar Patwant Singh. And there's another book, not exactly biography, but you can call it. It's on the Shirish Berry. It is a very recently released book. And there's one on Laurie Baker by Gautam Bhatia. And I think Bhatti Saab's book is the 8th biography in the world, to my way of thinking. I think it's very commendable.
Very nice.
And
congratulations.
Yeah.
And ma'am, this is, I would like to mention that in the entire book, which I read and noted very carefully, that he has acknowledged whatever little he learned from any professional, be it his school teachers, college teachers, fellow professionals, co-teachers, students. And, this is a very big thing, to my mind. I was listening to one lecture by Uttam C. Jain in CCA. Uttam C. Jain mentioned that I am being credited as a desert architect in India. तो इस सारी चीज का जो क्रेडिट है वो किसको जाता है? उन्होंने एक मैसन का स्लाइड दिखाया, फोटो दिखाया on a CCA auditorium. And he said कि इस मैसन से मैं ये desert architect बना हूं because I learned how to use stone in different ways. So this is a very great thing that किसी बंदे ने किसी से कुछ सीखा है and उसको वो acknowledge कर रहा है, बड़े अच्छे ढंग से acknowledge कर रहा है कि इस बंदे से ये मैंने सीखा है. I think that is very commendable thing which sir has included throughout the book. And we all know, nobody can deny that he has a very, very strong, strong bond with his students. And he has a very specific memory of many of the things which happened in the last many years, maybe 5 decades. He knows each student by his name. He knows each student by his habits and his individual personality, not generic like he is very good and he was very brilliant, not that way. He knows every intricate detail. Even in many cases, I noted that he knows the families of those students. I think more than 1,000 plus students, it's very difficult to remember. And एक चीज बहुत सारे लोगों को पता नहीं होगा शायद. when I was working with the sir on First Friday Forum, you know, he never touches money. ना पैसा देते हैं ना लेते हैं. Whenever we used to do expenditure, he said, तू देख ले, जो करना तू कर ले बस. ना पैसा लेते हैं, ना पकड़ाते हैं, ना पकड़ते हैं. So he got an impeccable integrity and he's a dead honest man. This is very commendable. So far his versatility is concerned, we all know he has made paintings which are included in the book. He made sculptures and he made buildings. He was into academics. He has written about 30 plus books, 7,000 articles. 7,000 articles is commendable, sir. It's too much. And apart from that, he got I think 5,000 poems written in Urdu and Punjabi and Hindi. And apart from that, I think 1,000 plus poems in English. I think this is a commendable literature which he has created for all times to come. And apart from this, when Dr. Bhatti became the principal of Chandigarh College of Architecture, I was doing my training with Balkrishna Doshi. So Doshi sir one day called me. He said, "Aapke college ke principal kaun bane hain?" I said, "Dr. S.S. Bhatti bane." So he told me that there is a general perception in the masses that जो लोग only academics में होते हैं वो अच्छा पढ़ा नहीं सकते, तो उनको practical knowledge नहीं होता है. This was Mr. Doshi's comment when I was there in 1982. I told him, sir, ऐसा नहीं है. He is into many things and maybe you are not aware of. And later on, after 10 years, he met me. He said, मैंने देखा जो आपने कहा था वो सही है. Because sir has designed very prominent, 4 or 5 big projects, and not only big and projects of a great merit, architectural merit. And his work is published in many books in India and abroad, and he got awards and the large number of awards. When he was my teacher in first year, Deepika ma'am, he came to my class. He took the English class. He said, "एक blade है, मैं आपसे बच्चों से एक सवाल पूछता हूँ," which fascinated me too much. He said, "एक blade है, उसको दीवार के ऊपर लगा दिया और वो दीवार के ऊपर चिपक गया." बोलते, बताओ कैसे चिपका होगा? तब 30 के 30 स्टूडेंट से पूछा गया, तो हम लोगों की तो हिम्मत नहीं हुई बोलने की कि पता नहीं इसमें क्या मंत्रा है. तो एक स्टूडेंट था नीग्रो हमारी क्लास में फ्रॉम बोट्सवाना. He got up and he said, "Sir, this is a very silly question." And Dr. Bhatti congratulated him. He said, "Exactly, this is the answer." So these kind of things have happened with us quite often. एक बार I did a very serious blunder in the college. मैंने सारी क्लास का एक डुप्लीकेट रिजल्ट तैयार किया और वो नोटिस बोर्ड पे लगा दिया. You know, with the duplicate, everything duplicated. So, you know, मैंने थोड़ा उसमें जगलरी भी
ये स्टेशनरी हो गया.
I think his network must have gone. He's back. Mr. Baga, we couldn't hear you. You have to.
1 second, bus. 1 second. Yes.
Yeah.
So, मैंने डुप्लीकेट रिजल्ट एक नोटिस बोर्ड पे लगा दिया. उसमें थोड़ा जगलरी की, फर्स्ट वाले को सेकंड कर दिया, सेकंड वाले को फर्स्ट कर दिया, थोड़ा थोड़ा करके. I did lot of homework on making that for nearly 6 months. You know, students who were failed or something like that in my result, you know, they complained to Dr. Bhatti, और Dr. Bhatti तब नए नए प्रिंसिपल बने थे. तो डॉक्टर भट्टी ने बोला कि बुलाओ उसको, तो मैं रस्टिकेट कर दूंगा, मैं अभी बताता हूँ कि ये ऐसी ऐसी हिम्मत कैसे हुई उसकी. So I was taken to the Dr. Bhatti's room. He called me and he said कि तूने ये किया? मैंने बोला yes मैंने किया है. He said that गलती तो बहुत बड़ी करी है, बट ये बहुत इंटेलिजेंट गलती है, इसलिए मैं आपको कुछ नहीं कह रहा हूँ. So these are some of my experiences with him. And
excellent.
And ultimately 1000 स्टूडेंट जो सर के पास आउट किए हैं, मेरे को लगता है कोई 2-4 को छोड़ के बाकी सारे इनको छोड़ के चले गए. एंड आई एम द वन हु इज विद हिम. सर ठीक है ना ये बात?
I think so am I. For last so many years, wherever I have been in touch with sir. So,
Yes, with this note I close, ma'am. You can pursue further.
Yeah, very
so
well.
you didn't tell us how the book is like. What is the format of the book? So if you can just give a little bit of that, and then Dr. Bhatti will, yeah. Okay.
You know, in book, you know, it's a beautiful model devised. It's an extended interview of sir explaining, you know, all the doubts and all the experiences which, you know, we framed questions to the tune of more than 24 questions. And these questions are framed in such a manner which covers almost the entire his life experiences and works. You know, it's an extended interview. The entire book is an extended interview. Then it was followed by notes, essays written by 18 his close friends and students. Then yes. Then in the last of the book, you know, there are his colored colored paintings and sculptures. And besides that, you know, the book covers about 202 pages on an art paper, and 202 pages, and it's of a bond paper size, and it is having a lot of illustrations in colored and black.
I think his
Again, yeah.
network. So we'll invite Dr. Bhatti. So you're welcome, sir. We would like to hear from you about something about the book.
Yeah.
You have to unmute, sir. Unmute.
You can have a look at the book. This is the cover page. Yeah.
Yes. And this is the back side. This is the back side, having photo of Jahangir Khan sir and Sarabjit Baga.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful book on an art paper, having a lot of paintings, and you know, you see these are the paintings and sketches. It includes many of the sketches made by Bhatti sir. Beautiful book. I think it's of its own kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Baga. So we'll invite Dr. Bhatti now to talk about the book briefly. What?
Thank you. It is such a great pleasure to be here with you once again. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can. Sir.
Yes, sir.
Both a pleasure and a privilege to be here with you after so many years. In terms of after having graduated from CCA, you have been involved in many different areas and done commendable job, which is a matter of great pride for me as a founder, teacher, and principal of CCA. Not many people know, and those who know do not acknowledge that CCA is the only institution of architecture in the whole world which has a history of its own kind, which will never be, I think, matched by any other institution. When this was established here on the 7th of August, 1961, the greatest architect of the 20th century, Corbusier, was here. His cousin Pierre Jeanneret, another great architect, and two great architects from Britain, Maxwell Fry and J.N.B. Drew. I don't think any institution was founded when such four greats of architecture were there on the site. In fact, it was Corbusier's desire that a college be founded as an extension of the great Chandigarh experiment in modern urbanism, so that we could document what is happening, research into it, and kind of sift ideas which could be there for anyone to refer and use here in the country or elsewhere in the world. The great thing about this is that it was a state capital, as you all know, of Punjab, divided Punjab. But the merit of the project, the experiment, the daring behind it was so tremendous that Chandigarh soon became the mother city for national capitals in various countries. This must be acknowledged. Unfortunately, not many know, and those who know don't acknowledge it. I personally feel great pride in being a founding teacher of an institution of this unmatched stature. Now, the book that we are talking about, I think Surinder Bhaga has narrated many anecdotes of which I was not aware. They make very interesting narration. You may not know, but I keep insisting that this must be known, that I am one of the very few professionals in the country who came to the teaching profession by choice. When I graduated from Sir J.J. College of Architecture in 1960, I was one of the toppers in design, bracketed with 4 others. And my teacher, a design teacher, Professor Bhonsle, had already reserved a seat for me in his office. Although there were many Maharashtrian aspirants, but he said, no, if Bhatti refuses, only then I can consider appointing you as assistant architect. But my inner compulsion took me to Amritsar, back to Amritsar, where I then lived with my father and siblings. And then I decided to go into architecture. The first job I got was for a very brief period in IIT Kharagpur. When I went there, they said, we have already appointed a lecturer. I fought with them and they were a little scared, and then said, okay, we'll offer you something else. So in their consultancy cell, they appointed me as an architectural assistant, where I worked for 4 or 5 months. Then in the course of time, I got an interview letter from Pilani, which is called now BITS Pilani. They wanted an assistant professor of architecture and planning for their civil engineering courses in the final year. When I went there, my father had tutored me in a way, I think great foresight and farsight, that the questions asked by the jury were exactly those my father had told me. Anyway, I impressed them so much that whatever I demanded, they gave me. But I was there only for a couple of weeks because I got selected here as a lecturer, and I had to leave that job, much to the chagrin of the principal there, who was very angry because he had given me everything that I wanted, but I had to leave. So when I joined here, I was almost a teenager, 22 years. One of the students, a very tall guy, was 6 years senior to me. He later joined on a short commission the Indian Army in 1962. We had another teacher, Professor Vishwamitra, who was the first to join on this 22nd of July 1961. Professor Prabha Balka, who was the founder principal, joined the college on 22nd of August. I was in between. So it was Monday, the 7th of August 1961. Since I had come to the profession entirely by my choice, I had very little to sort of make up my mind about. And the whole thing was that when I got to the first year class, Professor Vishwamitra and the founding principal were already there, speaking to the students who were largely from the rural areas. And then because the college was to set up, these were 2-3 rooms rented, borrowed from the engineering college on the first floor of the main building. They said we are to leave because we have to look after some other arrangements also. So you take care of the class. And when leaving, he told me that you have to teach them this and this subject. One of them was descriptive geometry. So you can imagine, without any preparation, I had to do this, and I did it so well. What I'm trying to say is that if you're really interested, many things happen which come from within you to help you out in difficult situations. No, since I was there by choice, my approach to teaching was very different. As Surinder has narrated through a couple of anecdotes. The philosophy which I gradually built was on this basis of my desire to be a teacher, not in the feudal sense that someone sitting up there at a high level and talking down your neck. It was not that. I wanted to be with them at their level. And in the course of time, I always kept track of what the students were doing. And in one of the NASA conventions, they came back with a very exciting thing. They said, sir, we have now decided in NASA convention, which was incidentally, NASA was set up at my college in 1956 by one Mr. D'Souza, a great far-sighted man who did very little in architecture, but he had ideas of this kind. And you can imagine this has grown to so much of a stature that no politician can ever boast of having set up an institution of this kind in the country without any support, without any godfather's help. So they came back, they said, sir, we have decided that there is no teacher in architecture. We are all core learners. I think it was in early 70s. And I found that this was to my utmost liking. And from that day on, I became a core learner consciously, which means I kept learning from my students. And over the years, I found that sources of my learning were the students, not the books. Although I read a lot of books, and this was inspired by Prabha Balkasar, who was very fond of reading and had a fantastic memory. I think he had read all the books in the college library, and I followed suit. I have never given up. I've read so much and so frequently. I think as many as 55 different disciplines. So what I have found through as a basis for this is that over the years, as a career teacher, I came down to the philosophy that without books, human life is not possible at all. And there are only 4 books: Book of Nature, Book of Life, Book of Wisdom, and Book of Divinity. I have read all these books and I keep reading them, adding to my understanding of life, how it is lived, why it is lived the way it is, and all those things. Now, I thought of writing books myself because I found that all the books that we read and taught, used as a resource material for teaching architecture, were written in the West and by Western authors. So when Professor Aditya Prakash joined as a principal in December 1967, the first thing that he did was to engage me for converting the annual system into the semester system. And he says, you go ahead and formulate a new scheme in which everything is new and the system is semester. I spent, I think, nearly 3 to 4 years single-handedly. These were recorded also, all these things, and came up with a scheme which was introduced in 1972. From that year onward, I was always on the lookout for fresh ideas to put into the new schemes. And it may surprise you that I introduced one subject called theory of design, in which for the first time anywhere in the world, I think especially in this country, I specifically mentioned that you have to learn what the Indian architects are doing. You have to learn and then you document their work. And as an example, in 1973, I studied 3 architects who were then top-ranking, Kanvende Saab, Stein, and Shivnath Prasad. We spent a day with my students, with them, and they were very generous, spending the entire day with us without saying that there is no time or something like that. And that document I prepared, I'm not sure whether I can find that, but that was the first thing that I did at first hand from personal experience, talking to these 3 great Indian architects to document their work for teaching to the students. And from that time on, I started writing and publishing my articles. I was the first one to write on PA genre in detail, and in Patwan Singh's Design magazine. It was published in mid-1970s. And after that, he was so enamored of my writing that he published many of my articles. In fact, in one of the issues when there were not many articles coming from other sources, he published, I think, 6, 7 of mine to create the entire volume under different names. Anyway, this went on and I took to writing in a serious way, and all along learned many things which are necessary. For instance, the English language, which I taught also, as Surendra said. Since this was the kind of condition that I created for myself in order to be a co-learner with my students, I thought at certain special occasions, some books must be written to kind of commemorate the progress of learning. So when I turned 50 in my career, I asked Apurva Bose to write an article, which she did and a brilliant architect, she wrote. And it was published in Inside, the Journal of the Indian Institute of Interior Designers. Incidentally, this institution was co-founded by me with Sardar Manjeet Singh Majeethia. And the first great function that was held at Oberoi, Mr. Kanvende was the chief guest, and he was then the president of IIA. He told Manjeet, I'm really, really amazed how you could organize such a big function with 80 dignitaries from abroad. I've been the president for so many years, but I couldn't do one like this and all that. And anyway, she did in the 2010 to mark my golden jubilee in the career of architectural education. Now, when it became last year, the 60th year, the Diamond Jubilee, I thought this is an occasion, something should be done. So I consulted with Sarabjit and Surinder and asked them if they would be editors for compiling a book by taking impressions from people who know me from architecture and from many other fields. I think there was a list of about 200 people, such people, and they very happily agreed to be the editors. And they worked over this project for 6 more months. And then only 18 or so responses were received. And Surinder told me that with this, the book cannot be brought out. I felt guilty that having bothered them so much, we cannot achieve what we wanted. So I talked to Sarabjit. Sarabjit has been in the background all these years. Although the Baga brothers have done remarkable job, something that others can't parallel very easily. And I keep wondering, even now I wonder how two boys from a rural habitat could learn so much to write books on architecture as a pioneering endeavor in the country. They're remarkable books they have written, and they continue to do so. However, Sarabjit stays most of the time in the background, and Surinder, the younger one, is in the public domain, as it were, and he has extended his outreach to to many countries abroad. And then one point of time, I was told by someone in a big position that anyone coming from abroad knows only Surinder Baga in the city and no one else. I felt both proud and also a little belittled that I have been here for so long, but nobody remembers me. But Surinder Baga. So I consoled myself saying that he is Surinder, I am Surindra, a little different, but it is okay. Our college is getting recognized through this personality. So I talked to Sarabjit to prepare a questionnaire so that he can interview me and he can then post it on the many international websites that he is now managing as editor or main correspondent. He spent a week or two, I think, applied his mind tremendously and prepared about 30 questions, which he sent to me. When I looked at his question, I thought that he was really into it in a very deep way. And if all the questions were answered seriously and completely, it is almost biographical. So we started working on it, and I think 6-7 months he spent, and I spent with him in exchange of many drafts, emails, and telephone calls, and much else. And when it was taking shape, at one point of time, I found that if more questions were added, the book would become a biography. So I requested him once again to think up and add a few more questions, which he did, and then worked on it. But I think one thing which I must admire about him is that he planned the entire project in such a meticulous way that it has turned out exactly to be what he had planned. For instance, he said down in the very beginning that if this were to be a book, it would be 200 pages. 100 pages would be colored, the else all other pages black and white pictures. And this was because he had the cost of the book in mind, that the ultimate price should be such that it is uh, readily, it can be readily bought by people with meager resources. All this has turned out because from a very large body of written work and pictures and sketches and all that, he spent so much of time. I think it was almost a state of meditation that he selected those which fitted with the book because he had already the size and the paper quality, all these things in mind. And he produced a draft, a kind of dummy, which we saw and it appeared to be very good. So I told him we should go ahead. And then he said, now if you say it is okay, now you don't have to bother me for the next 15 days because I would be busy designing the book. So right from the title covers to the interior design, he spent 2 weeks, I think, night and day, and produced a dummy that was so remarkable. He said, look at it, if you say it is okay, we'll send it over for final shaping and then for printing. Once it was okay, it was sent to, I think, Madras, where Chennai, where it was printed. And when it came back, he was so excited to call me and says, sir, it is so beautiful. I can't imagine I'm the designer. Now I know I can design books also. I told him that you have probably forgotten that I told you once that the Bauhaus school set up by Walter Gropius had one very proud declaration that we teach architecture in such a manner that our students can design anything from a safety pin to whatever else you may imagine. He says, I didn't know that, I didn't remember that, but it is a great thing. So that book is there. And I would urge all those who not know me, know architecture to be an exciting adventure, should buy it and read it because it is written in a manner which answers questions in a consistent, holistic way so that all doubts can be cleared. And I am sure from my experience, I find that even the best of architects, even in the world, have doubts which have never been cleared because there was no one to clear those doubts. They come with doubts, grow with doubts, and die with doubts. I've tried to clear all the doubts because I have resources in many different disciplines. The book, to my mind, should be read by anyone. I'm not claiming it as a teacher, but as a co-learner because I have learned so much from my students and from everyone else that I came in contact with, that I feel privileged that a book has been produced by Sarvjit Bauga, and it is a lifetime achievement award for me. I'm very, very thankful to him and Surinder Bauga. Surinder Bauga, I always call to be a mentor in the public domain, and Nav Sangeet, who has published my 20 books already. And I have predicted that in the next 20 years or so, she will be the czarina of publishing business in the country. She is so devoted, she is so aesthetically rich, she is so concerned that whatever she has so far produced is world class by all standards. I'm very happy you have given this time to speak to you. It's a great pleasure, a great privilege. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
Deepika, you are so wonderful. You keep doing such wonderful things. And those who have contributed their impressions, I'm very, very grateful because they will stay there forever as as my indebtedness to people who found time to say things about me. Aman, D.S. Kapoor, Dr. R. Kumar Kaushal sir. Dr. R. Kumar is a missionary in the medical profession. I have known him for 20, 40 or more years. I think nobody else I know in the country is doing as wonderful a work as he is doing. All of you are doing wonderful work. I'm very happy that I'm known to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was really nice listening to all your experiences and about the book. So, as you said, we will now talk about another interesting feature of the book, which Mr. Baga has also mentioned, and which, sir, you've also mentioned, which is what others say about Dr. S.S. Bhatti. So this section includes brief essays by 18 of Dr. Bhatti's former colleagues, friends, and students. So today we had sent invite to all of them, and but we have today with us Mr. Aman Sohal and Mr. Shamlal Kaushal. So I would request you both to say a few words about Dr. Bhatti. So over to you, Mr. Kaushal first, and then Mr. Aman, you'll take over. So over to you, Mr. Kaushal. You have to unmute yourself.
No, am I audible? Yeah.
Sure.
Good evening. As a part of the CCA family and also a student of Dr. S.S. Bhatti in the 1965-70 batch, it is my privilege to be here on this event when the personality of multifaceted talents is being celebrated through launching of the book, Dr. S.S. Bhatti, Biographical Conversations, authored by architect Sarabjit Baga. Congratulations to architect Sarabjit Baga, architect Surinder Baga, and architect Deepika. Now, speaking on what I behold of Dr. S.S. Bhatti through my association with him, what has impressed me about Dr. S.S. Bhatti that I'm sure all of us would vouch for is the expanse of the memory he has. His mind, I would say, is a repository of thoughts on various subjects, arts, literature, architecture, music, religion, including various philosophies of different schools. The subjects are so many that I find, am I audible?
Sure, sure.
Yeah. The subjects are so many that I find it difficult even to enlist. And then there in his mind remain etched names of his students who graduated from CCA over a number of years. Not only that, he would also remember about the family members of his students. Isn't it amazing? Besides his memory, vast also is his field of creation, which encompasses the disciplines of painting, poetry, and prose in many languages, and much more. Once I happened to put across to him what I understood of a philosophical subject. When I got exposed to his depth of knowledge, I sought forgiveness, confessing that it was presumptuous on my part, having done so with my little knowledge. I see a guru in him, a guru in the real sense of the word. Guru is a Sanskrit word which means the person who removes darkness. Darkness means here not knowing, agyan as it is termed. For spreading light, Dr. Bhatti has been passionately treading his own chosen path. His books, writings, poetry, discourses, paintings become the source of light that gets spread. Besides the first Friday forum that he has founded, wherein are organized detailed talks and deliberations on various subjects of life. What I find yet more remarkable in Dr. Bhatti is that he's one of those persons who don't get to wear a particular persona. As a person who keenly observes life, he exudes many hues of life. There is no particular shade that covers him. He would be very profound in his knowledge and expression while speaking on the philosophy of various aspects of life, yet manifests a simple mind amidst lighter side of life. Perhaps that is how he keeps his mind sharp and body fit amidst the uncertainties of life, even at this age when he's more than 80 years old. Dr. Bhatti sir has become an inspiring figure for younger generations. We pray, may the inspiring figure live a long and healthy life. Thank you, sir. Thank you, my friend.
That was very nice. That was very nice. So over to you, Mr. Aman.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you and thank architect Sarabjit Baga for having a part of me in this book. And I must admit that my association with Dr. Bhatti is extremely small in comparison to the other architects and colleagues. And I only wished that we always have known Dr. Bhatti since my college days. But I wish that I had met Dr. Bhatti during our college days itself. Having said that, like Dr. B.V. Doshi has said that, let life take its own course and you will be taken to where you are supposed to go. I feel that came out to be very true because I was taken to Dr. Bhatti once. Ever since I graduated, I was always keen and interested in multiple disciplines other outside architecture, for example, arts and music. But I was always apprehensive about the fact that should one take up everything, because there is a notion in our minds which is very conditioned that in order to become master at particular thing, it is important to do only one thing in life. But it was only after I met Dr. Bhatti that I understood that human mind is meant not to stick to one thing, but it is only this idea of success that we try to achieve, for which we want to master a particular thing. But with Dr. Bhatti, I learned that beyond the idea and the notion of success, there is another idea which is called an inner fulfillment. And if one desires to follow the pursuit of inner fulfillment, then one can actually stop identifying himself or herself with only one singular persona and get identified with multiple personas. So that gave me a lot of confidence and reinforced my belief that it is possible that one can train one's mind to indulge into multiple activities. That will not take away your idea of mastering a particular craft, but this system of learning will only help one craft develop. I have personally interacted a lot with Dr. Bhatti in the past 5 to 6 years, and I've learned how does one transcribe the knowledge of one particular craft into the other. It is only a matter of utter surprise for me how Dr. Bhatti can talk about any discipline with an utmost interest, passion, and knowledge. And I've had very good fortune of discussing on subjects like music, history, architecture, and poetry in all different capacities with Dr. Bhatti. And I must thank Dr. Bhatti that because of his way of life, I have recently also taken up with writing poetry. And since I was always wanting to learn these different crafts and learn from each other, so my association with Dr. Bhatti has been such that I have stopped being apprehensive about doing other things outside architecture, and I do everything with the same amount of interest and passion. So these are the few learnings that I've had with Dr. Bhatti. One of the very important lessons which through this medium I would like to spread to any other student of art or architecture is one story that he narrated to me when he explained that there was a gentleman who came to Mozart all the way from a different part of the country and said that he wants to learn music from you. So Mozart directly said that you're not interested. So the person who came to Mozart was surprised. So he explained that I have traveled all these distances and come to you to learn music. So he said, I don't think you are interested. But that gentleman asked why. So he said, if you were really interested, you would have started by now. So that was a very important lesson that I learned from Dr. Bhatti, that the right time to start is just right now. You do not have to seek for an approval from somebody. You just get started. So I want to thank you again for giving me this time, and all thanks to everybody, Deepika ma'am and Dr. Bhatti. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aman. So that was really nice and something to ponder upon, and listening to a younger person like you, there's a lot of learning from whatever you have said.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So moving on, I think in this, what others have to say about Dr. Bhatti. To conclude, I will share about my association with Dr. S.S. Bhatti. My personal association with Dr. Bhatti started in 1977, the day I went for admission to Architecture College, CCA. He, in his own inimitable style, welcomed me to CCA, of which he is a founder teacher. I had gone only with my mark sheet and a photograph. And incidentally, in that photograph, I was smiling. So the only thing when I showed him, he said that, "Badi khush hai na, kyunki admission ho gaya hai." So that was how my admission happened. Unaware of the impact and association I was going to have today, when I relook 43 years back, I feel that he's actually my mentor, as subconsciously one inherits the samskaras from your parents at home and from your teachers in your educational institution. But destiny kept our association alive through mutual contacts. And at every milestone I received a personal note from him, irrespective where I was, whether in India or in Nigeria in my early years of marriage. His lectures in many subjects, I remember, history, theory of design, architectural design, and graphics, were not limited. They had an unending horizon. Besides his work and proficiency in architecture and its offshoot subjects, the power of aligning and amalgamating spirituality into rendering his paintings or penning the verses of poetry, it is undefeatable. Nobody can do as he does. The ease of portraying his thoughts into words and sketches, it is an art that cannot be acquired, but one that needs clarity of thoughts and meditative sculpting. Even today, we see a new facet of his creativity in art and its various forms. His interests are not limited to architecture, as we all have seen, but they are beyond the realms of categorization. We cannot categorize that, what all he's interested in. Aesthetics and creativity are the words around which he expresses every aspect of the existence of man, whether it is the physical reality or unknown subconscious strata of human mind. He has mastered everything. Today, I cannot express my feelings and thoughts while talking about him, because he's he who has taught me to be where I stand today. I've only learned this in life, that God cannot be seen, but he only makes his presence felt through gurus. and that's who he is to me. And my sincere regards to him. Thank you. And today's event is to celebrate Dr. Bhatti. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being the mentor. So we have others in the audience. If somebody wants to say a few words, I can see Sumit, ma'am. So would you like to join and say a few words?
Sanjay Goyal, ma'am. Sanjay Goyal is there. Ashok Goyal is there.
Yeah, please.
निवेदन करूं?
Yeah, please. You're most welcome. Everyone is welcome to say a few. We are celebrating Dr. Bhatti. So whoever wants to say.
मेरी पत्नी मधु मोहन भट्टी सर से पढ़ी थी। चंडीगढ़ में 5 साल सीसीए में रही वो, और मधु के साथ ही भट्टी सर के घर पर जाने का भी मेरे को एक बार मौका मिला। कल 82-83 की बात होगी, और वो दिन है और आज का दिन है। मैं समझता था कि मैंने सबसे ज्यादा आर्किटेक्चर पे किताबें लिखी हैं, मेरी करीब 20-22 किताबें हैं, लेकिन भट्टी सर की जहां तक मैं समझता हूँ 34-35 किताबें हैं। हिंदुस्तान का कोई ऐसा आर्किटेक्ट नहीं होगा जिसने इतनी सारी बुक्स लिखी हो, ना सिर्फ आर्किटेक्चर पे, कला पे, संस्कृति पे, अध्यात्म पे। तो मैं बड़ा चकित होता हूँ और बड़ा विस्मित होता हूँ कि इस एज में भी इनकी जो सारी फैकल्टी है, सारे अंजर पंजर, सारे पुर्जे गजब के एक यूथ की तरह, एक नौजवान की तरह काम करते हैं। मैं सलाम करता हूँ सर को बार बार, और सर की तरफ जब मैं देखता हूँ मुझे और हौसला मिलता है कि भाई मैंने तो अभी बहुत थोड़ा काम करा है, और ये भट्टी सर तो दौड़ते जा रहे हैं और कोई थकने का इरादा नहीं इनका। नमस्कार सर, बहुत बहुत मुबारक आपको, आपकी नई पुस्तक के लिए बहुत बहुत मुबारक आपको।
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Sanjay Goyal, would you like to say a few words?
Sumit ma'am कहाँ गई? Sumit.
I think both are not here at the moment.
Okay.
Sumit भी चली गई?
So, sir, we can
Renu
conclude.
ma'am is there.
Who's there?
Renu Singhal ma'am.
So,
Sanjay sir has come.
who has?
Sanjay joined.
Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Are you listening me?
हाँ.
Patti sahab, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, very, very happy to hear you and going through your another upcoming book, and special congratulations to you for always
Thank you.
working hard for the fraternity.
Thank you.
Sir, we all are big fan of you, and I was listening to you and Baga sir since 5:30, but my clients are sitting opposite to me, so I was off and on during the program. Apology for that. And it's really wonderful, Bhatti sahab. I remember the day when I took admission in CCA 1988, and after that never looked back. Although I was not interested in architecture, but you and your teachers taught us so well that today I count I am into the best profession on earth.
Very good.
So I do like your all things as architect, as author, as artist, not only being principal. I do read your all articles in Tribune and all leading newspapers, and I'm learning a lot still from you. And I wish to God to give you good health so that you keep on guiding us for a long time. And I'm very much fond of your paintings, sculptures, and many, many more things. As Baga Sahab told us about your many thousand articles and books and many, many more things. So it is really wonderful. And a special thanks to today's event organizers, INAV Interacts. So I was just going through your meaning that it is the Indian air, water and earth. What is the full form of AWE? So it's really wonderful togetherness today. Baga sir, you had shared very good jokes and some naughty points of your student life, that how you worked in 82 and you are still naughty. So again, sincere thanks to all who are attending, and special thanks to Bagaji for introducing everything. Bhatti sir, we all love you and regard you too much, and we will invite you to Ludhiana and other cities of Punjab in the coming session. Many your students are eager to hear you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Welcome.
you.
Welcome. Welcome.
So we have Sumit ma'am here and we have Mr. Rao. So I would request them to share a few
Good
words.
evening. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations, Sarabjit, Surinder Baga. Excellent. Something wrong with my video, sir. Otherwise, I would definitely be there. So I'm so excited that this is done. You know, you are a big resource and you've always inspired. So I remember the time, you know, when I had to do my master's, my result wasn't announced. And you managed to get my result from the Punjab University. It was in a sealed envelope, which you handed to me, which I took along in the bus and traveled to SPA. And there I didn't know what was inside the envelope. I went in for my interview, got selected. There I was told I'd got a big first division. So you helped me, and there that changed my life, sir. Being there in urban design, and really, sir, I can never forget that. And even thereafter, sir, at every stage, whether we've been in Punjab government, you've been, you know, always motivating me. And you, in fact, were very annoyed with me that I didn't do my PhD. So that is still on my agenda. But and I remember you also wanted me to teach in college. And somehow I managed, so early morning, before college hours, I used to go and I used to really love that. I'd never done journalism, and so introduced me to the subject. And I taught architectural journalism without having even authored a single paper. Put me into urban design, you know, into theory of design, teaching all those subjects. And I really got fascinated into teaching also. So I would just take my own classmates, call them together, and we would, you know, I would give a lecture of sorts. So all that, you know, I think it was gradually building up. And when I got in as chief architect UT, so I remember you came to my room, you congratulated me, you sent me a letter, which I cherish, sir. And at many junctures, sir, you have always supported. You were part of the expert heritage committee, you know, which we did together. And so our association, there's so much. Nowadays, when I'm into painting, the moment I get a, you know, good remark from sir that this is lovable, you are doing it, you're an established artist, it motivates me to do more. So I think this rapport which you have with all of us students, knowing our parents, knowing our children, you ask about Gurtej every time, my son, and your grandson is also Gurtej. So we have that association. So I know ma'am also, and think, you know, she's the force. Every man needs a successful woman, you know, and, you know, pillar of support. And I would say ma'am is always there supporting sir, quietly doing everything. And she's the, you know, hidden one, like Sarabjit here is the hidden one. Here, Rita ma'am, Mrs. Bhatti is the hidden one. And I think, sir, you all, Navita, I taught her, she was my student. And the students doing so well also, sir. This association is just like a family. So learned so much from you, and I am sure you are going to continue to inspire us. I've read your thesis n number of times, which you have done on Chandigarh. It's a remarkable work, and I don't think many people have read it, but I think everybody who loves the city and wants to do a good thesis should actually look at that piece. Yeah, I did a little bit for you saying that, and you credited me for that, you know, looking up that urban design part. So I think that at every juncture, you've helped us, you've encouraged us, you've supported us. So like Deepika said, you are the guru, And so Guru is godlike. Thank you so much for every, sir. Highly indebted, sir. Highly indebted to you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah,
So,
Deepika?
yeah,
Can I come in?
yes, please. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Sir, very good evening from Mysore. Deep pranams to you, Bhatti sir.
Hello,
I
hello.
hope you... Sir, you
Great
know,
Ram.
Sumit took away a lot of my words which I wanted to say. But being 1 year senior, she has that privilege.
Sure.
But you know, from 1982, I've been teaching and practicing. And every time I teach design, I remember the first class where you took out a safety pin and showed us.
Hmm.
And then I always do that. And I've been missing your Friday forums, which you are sending out. I don't know if you are still continuing them.
We will
And
continue. There is a
lovely,
lot
lovely.
done.
So I hope I can come and see you. And I request, if you are in the energy to travel, come to Mysore, come and see my school, come and see what we do. And then you'll say, okay, Putra, you've done well, or you've done bad, or is this what you've done?
Oh, yes.
After all I taught you. Great, sir. Lovely having
Yes.
you and seeing you smile and energetic. Thank you so much, Deepika,
Wonderful, wonderful.
A
for giving me this
pleasure.
chance.
Yes.
All the best. Thank
Thanks
you,
for
Sarabjit.
joining. Thanks.
Thanks a lot,
Thank
Sarabjit.
you, thank you.
See you.
So, anyone else wants to say? Otherwise, we'll.
Good
yeah.
evening, sir. Good evening,
Renu,
Mr.
Renu.
Bhatti, sir. Renu.
Hello.
And I've not been in touch with you, but I would also like to, everybody has said whatever needs to be said. You're such a remarkable person, such an inspiring personality. And though I've not been in touch with you, I remember you, as a young academic, you would be always involved with so many and, inspiring us to look beyond what was there available to us. And now I see you at this age also doing the same what you have been doing all these years. I just don't know what to say. I think you're a wonderful person. And I'm so glad that, I had you as one of my teachers who I remember to this day. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Renu.
And I'm so glad I could be in touch with you again through this, forum. And thank you all for bringing out this book. And it was wonderful to hear all, Please, sir.
Thank you. So I think we are towards the end of the session, but as a concluding note, sir, I have a question for you that we all know that art has many forms of expressions and each one of us has some creative outlet, but you adorn all. So though I know each form flows into another and there are no boundaries, which form of art do you find as the most expressive?
The latest is Urdu poetry.
Okay.
It is so informal. You don't need anything. Just a piece of paper. Piece will do.
Okay.
So I keep writing, and I think it is turning into thousands of poems.
Great. So I think then one fine day we should have a poetry session. All architects
yes,
who are
yes.
poets
Yeah.
or writing poetry, so we could have a session.
It took me 40 years or more to learn how to write Urdu poetry.
Sure. So, Mr. Baga, are you there? So would you like to say a few words and then we'll conclude?
I think, ma'am, it was a wonderful session, and we could meet many stalwarts like Kaushal Saab and Sumit ma'am, Renu Singhal ma'am, and Rao Saab, Sanjay Goel, Iman, and of course you. I think we should keep exchanging such notes and such discussions with the eminent people from CCA. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the audience and everyone who's spoken. Thank you so much. So this was a great evening and a great session to have Dr. Bhatti with us. Thank you, sir.
अशोक गोयल एक बात कहना चाहूंगा।
हाँ जी।
पिछले दिनों महाराष्ट्र के एक बड़े आर्किटेक्ट हैं, नाम नहीं बोलूंगा मैं उनका यहाँ, उन्होंने कुछ व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप पे लिखा, गोयल साहब किताबें लिखने से क्या होता है, कुछ प्रोफेशन प्रैक्टिस करो, इमारतें बना के दिखाओ। तो मैंने उनको कहा कि मैं शिक्षक समुदाय को सैल्यूट करता हूँ जो इमारत बनाने वाले आर्किटेक्ट्स को बना रहे हैं, तो उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन उन लोगों से ज्यादा बड़ा है जो इमारतें बना रहे हैं। तो भट्टी साहब जैसे लोगों को मैं सैल्यूट करता हूँ कि इन्होंने इतने सारे आर्किटेक्ट्स बना दिए जो इमारतें बना रहे हैं। इनका कंट्रीब्यूशन जितना बड़ा है उतना कंट्रीब्यूशन उनका नहीं है जो इमारतें बना रहे हैं। थैंक यू सर, सैल्यूट टू यू सर।
थैंक यू। आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड, जो गोयल साहब ने बहुत ही कमाल की बात कही है, वो ये है कि अगर हमारा कंट्रीब्यूशन आप देखो सिर्फ सीसीए का, आई थिंक सीसीए हैज डन मच बेटर नेशन बिल्डिंग देन एनी सिंगल इंडिविजुअल इन द कंट्री, दिस आई कैन बेट। वो ऐसे ही कहते हैं, उनको ये कहना मेरी किताब पढ़ने की उसमें बताया हुआ है टीचर कौन होता है, बिल्डिंग कौन बनाता है और क्यों बनाता है, कौन क्या करता है और उसका मतलब क्या होता है। Many people have misconceptions of this kind out of ignorance. अगर गफलत में ही बात करनी तो जो मर्जी करते रहो। गफलत में assertions बहुत होती हैं कि यही ठीक है क्योंकि आपने रोशनी तो देखी नहीं कभी। तो इसलिए जो आप कर रहे हो ना गोयल साहब, वो करते रहो। Don't worry about these comments. वो comments तो मुझे भी आज तक मिलते हैं, तो वो comment थोड़ी लेते हैं। मेरे फादर ने एक बहुत अच्छी बात मुझे सिखाई थी। वो कहते थे जब कोई अच्छा काम या बड़ा काम करोगे ना, तो ऐसे लोग रास्ते में आप रोकने के लिए बहुत आएंगे, लेकिन हाथी से सीखना चाहिए कि हाथी को कुत्ते सारे भौंकते हैं, अगर लेकिन वो हर के साथ वो फ्रंट कन्फ्रंटेशन करेगा तो आगे नहीं जा सकता। ही इज नॉट बॉदर्ड बिकॉज ही नोज दे कांट डू एनी डैमेज। तो इसलिए आपको चलते जाना है, बाकी ये चलता रहे।
थैंक यू सर। Thank you, everyone. So we'll conclude today's session and stay with us for the next season. We'll start soon. So this is the end of Interacts today. Thank you.
दीपिका, रेनू का मैंने एक लाइन कहनी थी। रेनू was my editor. In 1972, I published a little booklet for New Year greetings. और जितनी मैंने लिखी थी उसमें selection के editor, she was one of the editors.
Okay.
And so inspired by you. So inspired by you, I continue to dabble in poetry a little bit, unlike you.
So Bhatti sir has suggested that I host an evening of poetry. So I'll send you a message. Then you must join and be one of the panelists on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so another one thing which I just remembered while talking. So I've said concluding a number of times, but now this is like we'll conclude after this. One facet which I think nobody has mentioned, but I personally have experienced, that Bhatti sir is very good. He does palmistry as well. Because I remember I was in first year and I was working in the design studio and I had my hands like this, and out of here only he came and he stood next to me and he said ki apna haath dikhao. So I opened my palm and he said tumhare haath ki laine badi alag hain, to tum mujhe baad mein aake apna haath dikhana. So then I went and one of the questions which I remembered, the first one which you asked me was ki aapke father ki tabiyat theek rehti hai? So yes, nobody has mentioned that you also do palmistry. I don't know whether you still practice or not.
So you would call me Socrates and I never understood why. Sir,
और
so
हाँ
you used to call me Socrates. I never understood why.
सोक्रेटिस क्या?
सर आपने मेरा नाम रखा हुआ था Socrates. मुझे
फिलोसफी
आज तक नहीं समझ आया सर. आई एम नोवेयर नियर दैट. तो वो सब कैसे आपने सोचा?
फिलोसफी थी ना थोड़ी, तो इसलिए रखा था. सोक्रेटिस मेरे हिसाब से सोक्रेटिस इज वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट. उनका अभी तक मैच नहीं है, 2500 साल हो गए. आई स्टिल लाइक हिम. और एक मेरे स्टूडेंट ने किताब दे गए थे, प्लेटोस डायलॉग्स. उसमें सोक्रेटिस का मैंने पढ़ के तो और भी मेरा बहुत डीप इंटरेस्ट हो गया. He didn't write anything, but he taught the entire world how to think, and that is the most beautiful thing. अगर आप सोक्रेटिस हो तो बहुत बड़ी बात.
आपने सब मुझे बुलाया था, मेरे को तो समझ नहीं आई क्यों. आई एम नॉट एट ऑल फिलोसफिकल सर.
हमारे जब when
But
I
वो-
joined, there was Professor Mr. Bhatt was also there, and my maiden name is Deepika Bhatia. So when I joined, like the second or first day, you came up to me and you said कि Bhatia साहब ਅਸੀਂ एक association बना लेते हैं भट्ट भाटिया और भट्टी की.
but उसके साथ मैं जोक करता रहता था कि you're taken out my eye. बट भट्टी का भट्ट बना दिया उसने ना. So how can I see? You're taken out my eye. He's still a great friend. After so many years, he's still a great friend.
Good to know that. Okay, so thank you and bye everyone. Thanks for joining. It was a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank
And we
you.
are live on Facebook. You can log on to Facebook and watch the episode again. Thank you.
इसका लिंक भेज देना ना मुझे.
हाँ जी.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Wonderful,
Thank you.
wonderful session.
नमस्कार.
Namaskar.
Field Marshal साहब नमस्कार. Thank you for.
Good evening.
Please.
Good evening.
Sir,
Bye. Thank you.
Sir, thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.